All right, this Saturday, we have the pound-for-pound #1 guy, Kamaru Usman, the Nigerian nightmare, defending his welterweight strap against Leon Rocky Edwards, fighting out of Birmingham, England. And if you're a British fight fan, it's a big one. This Saturday, Salt Lake City, UFC 278. I cannot wait for this one. Of course, Leon Edwards is a tremendous striker. And when he got with the UFC, you know, he was learning to stop takedowns. He was working on his takedown defense, getting back to his feet, all the rest of it. So he lost a couple. He lost his first one in the UFC to Claudio Silva, who's a tremendous grappler. Okay, lost that one by split decision. And then in 2015, he lost to Kamaru Usman as well. And Kamaru, in that first fight, went out there and did what he used to do. Kamaru would go out there and out-wrestle people for the most part. And that is how he beat Leon Edwards. No shame there. Kamaru was a tremendous wrestler. And being Brits, being English, we don't wrestle at high school. So the wrestling catches up with the rest of the MMA game. We're very good at striking. Boxing, kickboxing, Thai boxing, whatever. Karate. Right? But we don't wrestle. You know what I mean? So when you start a mixed martial arts career, all right, some people do wrestle, but it's not a big sport in the UK. When you start your mixed martial arts career, that's when you start learning to wrestle. And towards the end of my career, that's when my wrestling got better. And we're seeing the same thing from Leon Edwards. So, will Kamaru Usman be able to out-wrestle him this Saturday? Is he even going to try and do that though? That is the big question. Now, since that last fight in 2015, Leon Edwards has gone on quite the stretch. He is now unbeaten in his last 10 fights. He went through Dominic Walters, Albert Tumenov, Vicente Luque, a good win, Brian Barberena, a good win, Peter Sabota, Donald Cerrone, Gunnar Nelson, Rafael Dos Anjos, former champion, no contest to Belal Muhammad. And then last time out in June last year, over a year since he's been inside the octagon, he beat Nate Diaz by 5-round decision. And of course, he went out there and he dismantled Nate Diaz from start to finish. And we all know the 5th round, Nate landed that big shot, kind of wobbled Leon. But hey, you don't go in the rain without getting wet. Simple as that. He got caught, he got clipped, but he still won the fight in a very, very dominant fashion. Now, one of the names that I mentioned on that list there was Belal Muhammad. I believe that the Belal Muhammad fight is a key one that we need to pay attention to. Belal Muhammad is a great fighter, but he's a great wrestler. He has a very grappling heavy approach. Now, the fight with Leon Edwards and Belal Muhammad, it ended prematurely in round 2 due to a nasty eye poke. Completely accidental, and sadly, that is a part of the game, part of the fight business that we do see sometimes with the fingerless gloves. It's just a fucking shame. We need some better gloves, let's be honest. But still, never mind that. So that fight ended early. But what we did see in that fight was him having an ability, Leon, to frustrate Belal Muhammad, to stop the takedowns, to control the range, to use his footwork to glide out of danger, and then use his straight, long-range weapons to pick Belal apart, okay? Belal Muhammad has been very successful. Last time out against Vicente Luque, went out there and just ragdolled Vicente for 3 rounds. We got 1.5 rounds into the fight with Leon, and Belal couldn't get him down, you know. And again, I'm harping on about this. Kamaru Usman is a very different fighter to Belal Muhammad. But I do believe that that shows the improvements that Leon Edwards has made in his game. All right, this weekend, UFC 278, Leon Edwards taking on Kamaru Usman. And you can take down your own big win with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. This Saturday, new customers can bet just $5 on any fighter to win, and they will get $200 in free bets instantly, no matter what. And guess what? You want more action? Well, how about you combine multiple bets from the same fight, like which fighter will win, how long will the fight last, and much more. You can put that all into a same-game parlay. With same-game parlays, DraftKings customers have a shot at making their bag even bigger if all of their belts hit. Like, for example, you might have Marcin Tybura, Paulo Costa, and Kamaru Usman. If all 3 of those win and you put that down as a same-game parlay, trust me, you are going to hit it big time. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, and best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the promo code Bisping. You will bet $5 on UFC 278 to win and get $200 in free bets instantly, no matter what. That is called Bisping this Saturday at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. New customers only. Bet $5 on UFC 278. Receive $200 in free bets instantly, no matter what. DraftKings offers same-game parlays, a unique betting experience which allows customers to stack multiple bets from the same fight into one bet for a potentially bigger payout. All the best. But he's not the only one to make improvements. Let's be honest, Kamaru Usman, the Nigerian nightmare, he is a nightmare for a lot of people inside the octagon.
That guy is dangerous.
Kamaru's got a record of 20 wins, 1 loss. Okay, that 1 loss is all the way back in May 2013 when he got choked out with a rear naked choke. Since then, the man is on a 19-fight win streak. Before we talk about any of the technical abilities, let me tell you the kind of confidence that you're dealing with now when you speak of Kamaru Usman. To go on a 19-fight win streak, right? Okay, he got choked out that one time, but that sends a message to you, to your brain, to your mind that nobody on planet Earth can beat you. Okay, I was 15-0 at one point. That's certainly how I felt at the time. I thought there's no one out here can do that because history showed that I could just go out there and beat everybody. That's the mindset that Kamaru Usman has right now. That makes him incredibly dangerous, okay? On top of that, the man's 6 foot tall. He's a tremendous wrestler. He's got cardio for days. And as we know, ever since he hooked up with Trevor Whitman, the striking is catching up to the wrestling. We know Kamaru used to go out there and be like, hey, that was just me at 30%, guys. Used to drive Dana White crazy, by the way, when he would say that. He dominated opponents, say, that's me at 30%. Right now, I think we're getting Kamaru, I don't know about 100, but it's got to be in the 90s. Let's be honest. Last time out against Colby Covington, decision, right? Dominated that fight for the most part. Knocked out Masvidal. Wolf, straight right from hell, put Masvidal to sleep. Stopped Gilbert Burns, TKO in the 3rd round. Before that, Masvidal, Covington, Tyron Woodley, Dos Anjos, Damian Maia. The list goes on. All big names, all great wins, all very impressive. Now, let's talk about the fight. One of the key aspects here is reach. It is reach. And Kamaru has the advantage there. He has a 76-inch reach to a 74-inch reach, which surprises me because whenever I've been with Kamaru and with Leon always looks way taller. But according to Wikipedia, they're both 6 feet tall. But 2 inches, it's not a massive advantage, but it is still a little bit of an advantage. For Leon Edwards, the game plan is simple, okay? He's got to maintain the distance. He's got to keep the separation, maintain range. He cannot allow Kamaru to get his hands on him. He can't allow him to throw a couple of feints and then shoot under the arms and go for a double leg takedown. Push him up against the fence, grind hold of him there, grab a single leg, snap it down, run the pipe, switch back to a double, get on top of him and control him there. He can't allow that. If that's what happens, Leon will lose the fight. Okay, so how does he avoid that? Well, if you're a static target in front of your opponent, you're easy to shoot on. But if you are in perpetual motion, constantly moving around, it's very hard to shoot because you're not there. And if they do shoot, you'll be shooting on fresh air. Now, the reality is, though, in fighting, you do have to plant your feet because you have to throw a shot. And if you're moving while throwing, there will be no power to your shots. So you do have to plant your feet. A nice long jab, keep them at bay with a jab. 1-2 maybe, and then you move. So you don't stay static, you don't stay planted in the same spot for too long. So a lot of movement is going to be key. The kicks are going to be key, but the kicks high are going to be the key. He cannot throw too many low kicks. If he throws low kicks against a wrestler, certainly one of Kamaru's ability, you're going to hit the canvas. They can catch the kick, just push you over, drive through, take you down, whatever. But the high kicks, they will be a good key. Kamaru's right hand is a dangerous weapon, okay? If Leon throws left high kicks, if he throws left high kicks, it hits here. So that means Kamaru has to block it with his right hand. If he doesn't block it, he gets kicked in the face. So if he's blocking it, he's not throwing it. You can't do 2 things at once. So high kicks are going to be key. The footwork for Leon Edwards is also going to be absolutely crucial, and staying composed. And that is one thing that Leon does very, very well. Now, flip side, how does Kamaru beat this man? Well, he's just got to do Kamaru Usman. He's found a way to do it for the last 19 fights in a row. Far be it from me to sit here and, bloody lecture Kamaru Usman. The man's fantastic. But cutting the cage off, simple as that. And sometimes you'll see people follow their fighters. They go round in circles. That's not cutting off the cage. You want to back him up, okay? And When he backs up, Leon's going to try and go left or right. So you mirror him. If he goes left or right, you go left or right. And all the time, you're taking little incremental steps forward until you back them up against the fence. Against the fence, you can shoot in, you can grab them because they can't back up, they can't sprawl. Then you grab a leg, you maybe come up, you get a body lock, double leg, whatever the takedown is. Of course, Kamaru can take him out and take him down in the center of the octagon. But Leon will have room to sprawl, room to maneuver, room to back up, room to scramble. Against the fence, that takes it away. That's why the fence is such a key weapon in mixed martial arts. So Kamaru's got to back him up. He's got to back him up, take away all the space, the real estate of the octagon. Back him up against the fence, try and get his hands on him. Now, one thing Leon's got to be careful is that he doesn't obsess over the wrestling. Because as I said, Kamaru is very dangerous with the hands. If Leon just thinks about the takedown threat, he's going to find himself eating a pretty strong right hand or a left hook, whatever the case may be. So you're going to be ready for all situations, all eventualities, and you're going to be ready to go 5 rounds at a furious pace that Kamaru will command. Okay, and Leon will command as well. We know coming into this one, he has left no stone unturned. He has the chance to make history. Kind of. He gets a chance to join me at the top of the UK mixed martial arts mountain. I'm the first, only ever British UFC champion. I won't be the last. Kamaru has the ability to now come in and do this and join me up there, where the weather is lovely at the top of the mountain. Just kidding. Prediction. I've talked a lot. I'm not giving you a prediction, but I'll do it right now. I think this is a tough fight for both men. I don't think this is going to be easy. You know, we saw Colby Covington have success with the hands against Kamaru. If Colby has success with his hands against Kamaru, then you can bet your bottom dollar that Leon Edwards will have success with his hands or striking against Kamaru. He's going to have to watch the wrestling. You know, Kamaru, it's going to be a dogfight, you know, and at some point as it starts getting later in the rounds, people start getting a little more fatigued, they start making mistakes, people start getting desperate, you know, as things start going wrong. It's a tough fight for both men, and I truly am torn. I'm friends with Kamaru Usman. I respect his body of work greatly. But if you think I'm going to sit here on my YouTube channel being a proud Brit and pick against Leon Edwards, you're out of your goddamn mind. I got to do it. I got to go with Team UK just to send that positivity into the atmosphere. I've got Leon Edwards winning via decision. So there you go. If Leon wins, it's because he's going to outpoint him for 5 rounds. If Kamaru wins, it's probably because he's going to rock him with a right hand, take him down and try and ragdoll him on the floor. But official prediction, I have got via decision, Leon Rocky Edwards and new. Come on, buddy. I need some company up here. I'm getting lonely all by myself. Anyway, there it is. UFC 278. Can't wait for this one. Huge fight. Salt Lake City. Enjoy. See you soon.